Hi everyone, this is Aryan. Welcome to my YouTube channel Night Trader Neo. After a long time, we have come out with a technical analysis explained video, and this will be the continuation of the previous videos. If you guys have watched my previous videos, you can remember that we have completed some topics in the first book, that is price action breakdown. So quickly recapping what we have studied earlier, we studied that uh, we studied on the topic of fair value of price. In fair value, every instrument has a fair value where both um, buyers and sellers agree mutually that this is the price, this is the um, fair value. We can say that justified price of that instrument. However, when that does not happen, that there is a mismatch, uh, price moves either up or down depending on which side is greater. So if demand is greater, that is buyers are more than sellers, then price will go up as in this part of the figure, and when demand is less than supply, that is buyers are less than sellers, then price will come down, as we can see in this part of the chart, right part, the one that I'm circling with the cursor. And when demand and supply are in line, price won't go anywhere further. It will move in a it will consolidate and move in a rectangular type box like this one. So that was about fair value of price. Now we can also see fair value of an instrument as the price where it has spent most of the time and buyers are equal to sellers. That was fair value. Next comes is the excess price. What is excess price? Excess price is an area where price deviates away from value for a short period of time, only to come back inside. What happens is that sometimes due to news related issues, some news comes up uh, or any such phenomena, uh, for a short period of time, there is a mismatch in demand and supply, and due to this mismatch, price goes outside of this fair value. However, since this was a quick phenomena, the price quickly comes back into this fair value, and so the zone where it went and stayed for a very short period of time, that we term as excess price. In this figure, we can see that the rectangular box indicates fair value. However, the zone marked with 1, as you can see below my cursor, and also at 2, we can see that price has penetrated this box. It has come out of the box. However, it did not stay there much. It quickly came back inside, and so 1 and 2 can be referred as excess price. Next is that sometimes it happens that the demand and supply mismatch is not huge. It is slightly above. Either demand is slightly greater or supply is slightly greater. When that happens, price will not move in a straight line. What it will do is it will form a rectangular box, then again after some time it will form a rectangular box above or below it, and so it will go on creating fair value areas, one on the top of another. One thing to note about fair value area is it has impact on future prices. As we can see in this chart, this was the fair value previous, and when price went above it, it created another fair value area where the support line, the bottom line of the newly created fair value area is exactly the line when previous fair value area top line is extended. When we extended this top line of previous fair value area, we can see that it aligns with the bottom line of newer fair value area. So that indicates that upper limit is acting as, which was earlier acting as a resistance, is now acting as a support. And some points to note are there to be noted are fair value area has most rates. A repetitive up and down movement in the same price area creates fair value area. And fair value area affects future prices like we have seen in this chart. Excess price also we have already seen. Next comes is the control price. In fair value area also there is a particular price which acts as a magnet and attracts price above it or below it, and it also acts as a support. When price comes from upper boundary, it acts as a support, and when it comes from below boundary, it acts as a resistance. I guess I have not drawn any chart to show control price. I will show you in the chart when later on. Next is initiative and responsive trading. Buyers in fair value area, buyers and sellers are content with the price. They are satisfied with it, and they do not want to take initiative and move price away from this area. However, with time, uh, as uh, as day progresses and there are some news and some fundamental changes, they now find it that the previous fair value is not in line with the newly fair value. And so when they see this, they take initiative and move price away from the previous fair value to form a new fair value. And that is and the group that takes this initiative are called initiatives, and when the counterparty they try to counter attack this move, this creates a responsive move. Let me see how much time we have. Okay, we have already 8 minutes covered. Okay, then we have seen value shifting, then a rejection also we have seen. So let's come to today's topic, and today's topic is framework. Framework, in this topic we will learn like how we can utilize and how we can utilize the knowledge that we have gained in the previous topics. So in framework, what we have to first thing to notice is that we can't trade just by looking at 5-minute chart. Like we will open a 5-minute chart and drawing fair value area and all will not help, because 5 minutes time frame gets very small. It does not show us the bigger picture. So we always need to look at higher time frame. We need to look at the bigger picture, what is happening. Uh, so we will go to the higher time frame and draw support and resistance levels on it. Support and resistance are the topics of next class, so we will not go in much detail about this. But remember the names support and resistance. So we will go to the higher time frame and we will draw their support and resistance levels. If possible, we will draw fair value zones also. And from the higher time frame, from the bigger picture, we will have an idea of what is happening uh, on the long term basis, and depending on that we can plan our moves for the short term. Like in this figure we can see that one thing to notice is that value area attracts price, as we have studied earlier. When when a value area is fair value area is created, it attracts price. It wants that the price should stay within it, and whenever it goes outside, price goes outside this area, it tries to bring it back inside. In this chart, we can see that it is a shifting fair value area. It is not horizontal, it is tilted. In the middle, we have drawn a control price. Above, we can see that it is the top, or we can call it as resistance, and below we have support. So in this fair value area, whenever price went near the resistance, it faced a uh, it encountered heavy supply, and thus it has to come down. It came down. Again it tried to penetrate it, however, again it met with supply and came down. This time the supply was so great that it went to the support line, and there it found support, and there it found demand, and then it came back up. See, at this, when it was coming from up, this control price acted as a support. Now when price is coming from support to this control price is now acting as resistance. Again it came down to find demand, again it went up, again found a resistance, again it came down to find demand, and this time demand was exceeding, and so with exceeding demand, price moved up till the resistance level. So that was all for framework part. Now we will move on to the chart and see how we can utilize our knowledge. Let me hide this one. Now the chart is clear. Okay, so we have opened gold chart. Gold versus American dollar. And we are on the 4-hour time frame chart. And the application that I am using is TradingView desktop application. So when we zoom out, you can see that previously I had drawn a shifting fair value area. This was from start of January 2025. Price stayed in this zone, in this shifted fair value for around 2 months. There was an uptrend. Let me zoom in and show you clearly how it went. This in the dotted one is the control price. Control price acting as a support, again support. Here we can see that I guess this was fair value on the lower time frame. Again, for 2 months it stayed inside the tilted channel. Then there was a consolidation. See, this one we can call it as excess price. Price was rejected. When price goes to excess price zone, what it faces? It faces rejection. And quickly it came way back inside fair value. Then after that there was a rally. This rally, if we let me extend this, even if we extend this, we can see that it is not covering this rally. So this rally is not a part of the previous channel. It is different from that. Let me draw a channel that will include this rally. Perfect. This channel encloses this up move. We can see that when uh, fair value area was broken to upside, it came to a bull run, slight bull run for about we can say 1 month it lasted. Within 1 month it went to the resistance area based. You can see that 3056. The bull run was so strong that there was not much rebound. Responsive move was very weak. See, from here, let me highlight. You can arrow marker. Okay. So from here to here, it was one move. Then from here, from this zone to this zone is responsive move. We can see that responsive move is quite weak than the up move. However, this time with this up move, this faced a huge resistance and this was a strong responsive move. However, this I think this was a news based. Yes, this was a news based movement, and this news was US imposing tariffs on the various almost all countries. Due to that, there was a downfall. But then we can see that when it came to this was acting as a resistance for previous fair value area. Now when it has been breached, what it will act? It will act as support, and that is what we can see here. It acted as a support, and in this access area it found rejection, and it went up to this upper level. So that is how gold is now trading. Let's see on the 1 hour time frame. On 1 hour time frame, it is the same. Okay, so let me see how much time we have. Okay, within 2 to 3 minutes, I will wrap up some of the Indian equities that have very good charts. Bajaj Finserv I was saying, let me move it to daily time frame. Okay, it is taking time. Okay, yes, perfect. See, on this daily time frame, this is a channel. Though the channel is quite steep, however, it is respecting this channel. Faced resistance at the top level, found support, resistance, found support at control price, again went up, found supply, again came down, found dim. Let me make it bigger, and now it is good. Okay, so here it found support, again went up, found resistance, and here it is again from the bottom part it is rebounding up. Okay, that was Bajaj Finserv. What else can we see? We can see Hindustan Unilever. Yeah, this is also a great one to analyze. I guess there is weekly chart. There is see. This is weekly channel. From 2003 onwards, 2002 to 3 onwards, it is moving up in a slightly tilted channel. The steep is the alignment is good, neither too steep nor too inclined. So recently we can see that it came to the support zone. Now from here it found support and now it is rebounding up. However, there are many hurdles in between. See, this is fair value zone on weekly chart. This fair value is almost 3 years old. This was rejection, again rejection from bottom, rejection from top. Now here it came, found support at the support level of weekly shifted value area, and now from there it is going up. I guess it will find resistance at this level. Before that there might be some pullback. Let us move on daily time frame. Within here, see, it is finding resistance here, so there should be resistance at this point, and let us see how this unfolds. Apart from this, I don't find any good charts for knowledge basis. Anyways, the video is getting quite long, so let me wrap up quickly. In today's video, we learned about framework. In framework, what we do is that we not only analyze the current time frame, we analyze time frame above it so that we can have a bigger picture. We can look at the bigger picture, what is happening, and accordingly take wise decisions. So that was all for this video. In the next video, we will be learning about a trend identification and change of trend. Then we will go with support, resistance and rejection. Rejection we have already read. It will just be a revision type. Then after that we will start a new chapter, and that will be the final chapter of this book. With that chapter we will end this book and we will move to the next book of the same author. So that was all for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed watching my explanation. If you guys have any doubt, please feel free to ping in the comments. Uh, thank you for watching this video, and see you in the next video.